there are more openly out LGBT athletes at this Olympic Games than any other Olympic Games previously.
Actually, 3 times as many here in Tokyo. See, that was the setup that I kept trying to record for this story. 56 athletes.
Let's try to get this right.
So many that I was worried. Okay, all right. See, more athletes kept choosing these games to come out, so that number kept growing, and that meant that I kept having to record more takes. So, Outsports, they're the ones who have been tracking LGBTQ representation in the Olympics since Beijing in 2008. And when they first published their list for Tokyo a few weeks ago, the number was 121 out LGBTQ athletes. But then it was 142, 162, 168, now 172. So this time I'm just gonna say at least 172 athletes.
The first out athlete we know of was Robert Dover in 1988. He was publicly out when he competed in equestrian for the United States. And if you add up him and every athlete who's been publicly out at the Olympics, it does not equal the number that we have in Tokyo.
What do you think makes a shift like that happen so quickly in just the span of 4 years?
Well, I think there's a couple things, and a big one is just the mechanics of it. So how do you come out? How do you live your life openly? In the past, it's been us combing through media interviews. A lot of our list today is just people who are living their lives openly on social media, on Instagram. So that's been a huge dynamic shift, the role of social media, plus just the overwhelming acceptance of out women in women's sports. I mean, of the 157, 140 of them are women.
Women like newly silver medal winning Erica Sullivan.
I feel like I am the epitome of the American person, where I'm multicultural, I'm queer, I'm a lot of minorities in that sense, and that's what America is.
Sullivan came out in 2017, but for other Olympians, winning a medal can give them a platform to come out, like this rower from Poland. Or like Aussie gymnast Dominic Clark, being a first-time Olympian was enough for him.
We announced that at the start of this year, and that was kind of the first time that I was like, hey, my name's Dom, and I'm an openly gay athlete, as opposed to just being like, I'm an athlete who does gay stuff on the side,
Does gay stuff on the side.
Yeah.
It's a great quote.
And jokes aside, coming out is not always easy, especially in sports.
We have quite a hyper-masculine culture within men's artistic gymnastics and trampoline gymnastics. And as a young gay athlete who was told every single day, oh, you're a gymnast, are you gay? And I go, yes, I'm gay, not because I'm a gymnast, but because I'm gay. And that was really hard because I didn't want to bring a stereotype to my sport, but at the same time, within my sport, I felt like such an outcast.
When I was younger, I always felt alone and different and didn't fit in, and there was something about me that was always never going to be as good as what society wanted me to be. And I hope that any young LGBT person out there can see that you are not alone and that you can achieve anything.
And these Tokyo Olympics bring a lot of achievements of their own. Quinn, on the Canadian women's soccer team, became the first openly transgender athlete to compete at any Olympics. And New Zealand's Laurel Hubbard was the first trans athlete to qualify and is now competing.
And the fact that the IOC has been asked to remove Laurel from competition, and the IOC has said absolutely not. She's played by the rules. It says a lot. And the fact is that trans athletes aren't going anywhere. And I know a lot of people don't like that, but that's just the way it is. And we have got to continue to build paths to inclusion for trans athletes.
If you look at kind of all of our styles, we have a little bit of sparkle. And I think in all sports,
silver medal and looking fabulous doing so.
LGBTQ athletes, they've got something special. They've been through something. Sometimes they feel like they have something to prove, and they just have a little bit of sparkle, which makes it a little bit more fun to watch.
And who doesn't love a little sparkle, right? Well, these games are also the most gender equal, with 49% of the athletes here female. This is also the first games where countries had 2 flag bearers, 1 male, 1 female, like who can forget Sue Bird from Team USA, an out lesbian. There are also 9 new mixed gender events here in Tokyo, including swimming, track and field, even judo. By the way, that actually doubles the number of gender neutral events from Rio.